Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. So welcome all the devotees for today's discussion. I will be reading one more very important verse about the glories of Bhakti Yoga, Bhakti Tattva we have been reading. So another feature of Bhakti is that Krishna can be controlled by Bhakti. There's many verses. This is one of the verse in the 11th canto which says, Na sadhyati mam yogo, na sankhyam dharma uddhava, na swadhyayas tabhotyago, tabastyago, tatha bhaktir mamorjita. So Krishna is saying to Uddhav, my dear Uddhav, na sadhyati mam yogo. That basically he's saying that only the unalloyed devotional service, the seva, loving devotional service by the devotees, bring me under their control. He cannot be controlled by those who are yoga, the mystic yoga, Sankhya philosophy, too much of studying the scriptures and analyzing analytical study of the various elements in the creation. None of those things can bring Krishna under their control. So no mystic yoga, no Sankhya philosophy, or any pious work, Vedic study, austerity, or renunciation. None of those things can bring Krishna under control, but the unalloyed devotional service to Krishna by devotees can bring Krishna under control. So this is also another feature of Bhakti. And Bhakti has the power, it has the potency to bring even Krishna, who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Supreme Controller, even Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, these great personalities, they are under his control. Right? All the Devatas, the entire creation, just works, functions by his will. His control is like that. And that Krishna can be controlled by the devotees through their devotional service. So, na sadhyati mam yogo. Sadhyati means to control. So, Krishna can be also controlled. Right? So, that is why Prabhupada, in one place he says that this Mayavadis, the impersonalist, their understanding is that ultimately we'll go and merge into the Brahman. We'll become one with the Brahman. Meaning their understanding is that we'll become like God. Prabhupada says, the devotees in Bhakti Yoga, we don't want to become God because that is not possible. We can't become God. We are part and parcel of God. But anyway, what Prabhupada explains is, we don't want to become God. You want to become mother and father of God. And then once you become mother and father of God, you can control the God. Right? Like we see the Yashoda Mai, Nanda Maharaj, the Vatsalya Bhav, how they control Krishna. Yashoda Mai can control Krishna. The famous pastime, the Damodar Leela. Not only just control or something, but she controlled to the extent that she bound Krishna. And that is the famous Damodar Leela. Bound by the rope, Krishna was bound. Who can bind Krishna? In the great personalities, great yogis, the Gyanis, they're sitting in meditation, studying the scriptures, trying to understand Krishna, try to capture Krishna into their vision, into their heart, into their meditation. They find it difficult. One cannot capture Krishna. But here we see in Vrindavan, the devotee like Yashoda Mai, sometimes other gopis, simple village girls, not great scholars, simple village girls, but they can control Krishna, they can bind Krishna, they can make Krishna dance the way they want. So there is a nice pastimes in Vrindavan when you go to the Barsana, there is a Barsama Parikrama happen. There is a Parikrama route, and there is a place. It is like between two hills, small hills, and then you have to go. Like it's a very narrow passage that you have to pass. And in the local language in Vrindavan, Barsana, they call it Sakri Khor. Sakri means very sakri, like very narrow passage. Uh, so this all this folk stories, when you go and the localites, they will tell the story that why it is like that. So this Krishna and friends, what they would do is every day for them it was fun, right? So all this in the Barzana, all the gopis, they were all from cowherd communities, a lot of milk, buttermilk, and all of that. That was their business, and they will carry young girls, elderly gopis. They'll be carrying in those mud pots, matki, right? They'll be all carrying in a group, uh, some butter and some milk and all of that. And there is this very narrow passage that they had to pass. So Krishna with his friends, they'll go and stand there, and they say this is like kind of a toll. You have to give the tax, toll tax. So if you want to go from here, you have to give the tax, give us some butter or some milk or some buttermilk, like that. All the friends, they will just kind of cover that. You can't go because it's a very narrow passage. They will stand in front. So some of the gopis, they will happily give, okay, you also take and let us go. Some of them, they are little adamant. They say, no, why we should give? Who are you? Like, who are you to ask us the tax? You are no one. Just get lost. Like that, all those kind of loving exchanges. And if somebody says no to Krishna, what they will do is they'll take a piece of stone and they'll break their pot, whole buttermilk or whatever milk which is they're carrying on the head, and it will spill. They will like bathe in that. So many of them, they will prefer to just give a little butter, and otherwise this Krishna, he'll not listen to anyone. He is so naughty. He doesn't listen to anyone. So they will do like that. So one time it so happened, this all these gopis and all of them, they actually planned something, and they tricked Krishna. And what they tricked is, they said that every day we are giving you just little butter or something like that. We are ready to give you more butter, and as much as you want, we are happy to give. You have to just entertain us a little bit. So Krishna was very happy. He likes butter. Small baby, and he got a little excited. Oh, they can give me unlimited butter. He says, okay, I'm okay. I'm ready to entertain you. What you want? So this is all the elderly gopi. They're saying you have to dance. You have to entertain, and you have to dance in front of us. And then if you don't dance nicely, and we really feel it good, like then we'll give you the butter. And Krishna kind of agreed. Says, yes, I can dance. And then he is dancing. So, and all these gopis are saying that you're dancing, but there's no fun. There should be a little more, something more. Then he's dancing different steps and something like a small baby, very innocent, cute baby Krishna is dancing there, and they're all enjoying the dance, laughing, giving something. He said, if you want more, then you have to do more entertainment. He said, what do you want? He said, no, you should dance like, you should dress yourself like a gopi. So now all these gopis, they have some dress and they're dressing Krishna like a girl. And Krishna is also controlled. He's getting dressed like a girl. He said, now you dance. So this Krishna is dancing like a girl, and they're all laughing and having fun and all of that. So these are the kind of pastimes. I might have narrated not exactly, but something on those lines I remember. So the point is, what we are talking here is that Bhakti has the power to control Krishna. You see, in this material world, Krishna's energy, the Maya Devi, the illusory energy, the Maya Shakti, is making everybody dance in this world. Right? We are like the puppets in the hand of the puppeteer, which is the Maya. Maya is just controlling all of us here in this world. So that is Krishna's energy. So we are all dancing. The Maya's dance. But the devotee making Krishna dance. Right? Devotee is becoming so powerful. And the devotee can make Krishna also dance, and Krishna dancing like that. So basically the point here is coming, this is another feature of the Bhakti, is that Bhakti has the potency, the power, which can control the supreme controller. Who can control Krishna? There is a verse that Mad Bhayad Vati Vatoyam Surya Stapati Mad Bhayat. So Bhagavatam says, Krishna is saying that Mad Bhayad Vati Vatoyam, that the wind is blowing because of my fear. Surya Tapati Mad Bhayad, the sun is shining because of my fear. The Indra Devata sending forth the rains because of my fear. Man, even the fear personified, Yad Viveti Swayam Bhayam, even the fear personified is fearful of Krishna. And that Krishna is fearful of the small stick of Mother Yashoda. How is it possible? Okay. But the devotees, with their devotion, they can control Krishna, they can frighten Krishna, they can bind Krishna, they can make Krishna dance. So that is the power of devotion, that is the power of bhakti, that it can control the supreme controller. You know. So this is the secret revealed, that yes, the supreme controller also can be controlled by bhakti. So even in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, also the series of verses that has been explained, that why Krishna, like what he feels in Vrindavan, what is the mood of Vrindavan. So it is said that in Vrindavan, in Braj Bhakti, Mata more putra bhave kare na bandhan, ati hi na jane kare lalan palan. So in Vrindavan, Mata more putra bhave, the mother Yashoda, in what bhav? Putra bhav. Oh, he is my son. She never understands that Krishna is supreme. Though Krishna, in few occasions, he showed his supremacy also, like he killing the Putna, small child, 3 months old baby. How he can kill such a big demoness? But it doesn't click to them that this Krishna is not an ordinary child. They just get covered and bewildered by the Yoga Maya Shakti. Suddenly she starts praying to the Lord. Oh my Lord, please protect my child, small baby, and these demons are attacking. Please, today you somehow saved him, and please keep him under protection, like that. So Mata More Putra Bhave Kare na Bandhan. Sometimes she binds Krishna, control Krishna, time out. Atihin jane ghare, lalan palan. Atihin, who is a small child. Atihin, like thinking very poor, helpless, and thinking like that. Karena lalan palan, nourishing and then protecting and then doing everything like a mother. So that is the mood. Nobody understands in Vrindavan that Krishna is Supreme Lord. They don't understand. They're covered by Krishna's Yoga Maya Shakti, and through that Yoga Maya Shakti, they think, oh, Krishna is poor child. And if we don't protect, if we don't feed, what will happen? So they can control like that. So this is about Vatsalya Bhav. Krishna's friends, what they do? Sakha Shuddha Sakhya Kare, Skande Arohan, Tumi Kona Bada Loka, Tumi Amisam. How the friends are treating Krishna, all these covered friends. So, because of the Shuddha Sakha, Sakhya Bhav, that friendship, the mood of friendship, Skande Arohan. What they do is they climb on his shoulder. Skande Arohan. So they are playing. And sometimes, they defeat, then they have to give the ride on their back, on their shoulder. So sometimes Krishna got defeated. Then he says, okay, now you have to give the ride. So they climb on the shoulder of Krishna, and then Krishna has to give them the ride. Tumi kaun bada loka. And they say, who are you? Like, do you think like you are some big man or what you are? They talk like that to Krishna. What kind of big man are you? Tumi amisam. You are like me. We are not, you and me are all same. So they never understand that Krishna is some god or something like that. They treat him like their friend, and they can control. They can pull his leg. They can climb on his shoulder and give the ride. Tell him to give the ride, like that. So the supreme personality of Godhead can also, the supreme controller, also can be controlled by the pure devotion, the unalloyed devotional service. So that is the power of devotional service. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Krishna himself, has come to deliver that Krishna Prem. Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gaur Tuse Namaso Rupa Goswami, Sanatan Goswami, they are glorifying Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Mahavadanyaya, and that you are the most munificent, most magnanimous incarnation of the Lord. Krishna Prema Pradayate. What is that magnanimity? That you are freely distributing Krishna Prem. This Krishna Prem, the love, the pure love for Krishna, it is not available for big yogis, jnanis, big scholars. They don't have that. And here Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is freely distributing Krishna Prema Pradayate. How is distributing? He is giving us the formula. What is that formula? So one time, one of the friend of Srila Prabhupada, in his earlier days, when he was into household life, Grasta life, Prabhupada was having his pharmaceutical business. So one of the friend, he knew that, this Prabhupada, that Bhakti Vedanta, like Abhay Babu, his name was Abhay Charan Arvind, Abhay Charande. So they used to call him, his friends used to call him Prabhupada as Abhay Babu. So they knew that he is, very devoted, and Krishna is devotee like that. So one of the friend he asked that, Prabhupada asked him that what medicine you want. So then this friend asked that, Abhay Babu, I want that medicine that you have, a special medicine, and you're not giving to anyone like that. He says, what medicine? He said, that medicine that can cure all the diseases. He said, what is that? He said, that Krishna Prem, you have that. Give me that. That Krishna Prem. Then Prabhupada says that, I cannot give you that Krishna Prem, but I can give you the formula by which you can have the Krishna Prem. And then Prabhupada quoted the verse from Shikshashtakam. That formula is this, taught by Shishadan Mahaprabhu. Trinadapi sunichena darorapi sahishnuna amanina manadena kirtaniya sadahri. So he said, this is the formula. If you learn this formula, you apply this formula, you will be able to develop Krishna Prem. And what is that formula? It is Trinadapi sunichena. Trina means the blade of grass. So one should be humbler than the blade of grass. So humility. And tarorapi sahishnuna. Sahishnuna means the tolerance. So be humble like a blade of grass, humbler than the blade of grass, and the tolerant more than the tree, like the tree. Taru means the tree. Tarorapi sahishnuna. So one should be humble and tolerant. And amanina manadena. Don't expect any respects and any appreciation, glorification. Then everybody should come and glorify me and appreciate me and respect me. No. But at the same time, you should be ready to give the respect to everyone. Manadena. When you practice these three things, humility, tolerance, and giving respects to everyone without any expectation of receiving respect, that is actually humility. Then Kirtaniya Sadari. Then one can chant the holy name of the Lord very feelingly. And when we chant the holy name of the Lord very feelingly, then that is the formula. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is coming to offer that formula, is freely distributing this Krishna Prem Pradayade, this Krishna Prem which can control the Supreme Lord, Krishna himself, the Supreme Controller Krishna. At one time, that when Krishna killed the Kamsa in that wrestling arena, so the thousands of people, they gathered from all walks of life, and some of the friends of Krishna from Vrindavan, some elderly Gopas, they were also there. Krishna, right in front of everyone in that wrestling arena, he killed this powerful demon. Kamsa was very, very powerful. Krishna just gave him one nice punch and that Kamsa died. And then everybody just, cheering up and saying, Haribol, like, Krishna had done some wonderful things. He used to do that. Some of friends, see, that is what is, as we are reading here, that Tumi kona bada loka, tumi ami sam. What kind of big man are you? You are equal to me. So some of the friends, they started doubting Krishna. Hey, he cannot be Krishna. How he can be Krishna? We know. Krishna doesn't have this much power. Every day we play together, he wrestled with us and every time he got defeated. How he can kill this powerful demon? He is not Krishna. So somebody raised the concern, objection. Hey, no, I doubt there is identity crisis. This guy is not Krishna. And, before we certify him, we have to test him that whether he's really Krishna. So then Krishna says, okay, then test. What is your test? He says that, test is you have to wrestle with me here. And then I'll tell you are Krishna or not. So he says, okay. And now in the same arena where just a few minutes back he just killed this Kamsa, powerful demon, with one punch. And again Krishna is wrestling with one of his coward friend from Vrindavan. They're wrestling there, and guess what? This friend got defeated. The Krishna got defeated by this friend. And now this friend, very cheerfully, very joyfully, with a smiling face, he gets up, raises Krishna, says, yes, I certify this is Krishna, because I defeated him. Because every day I defeat him whenever he wrestles. So like that, So Krishna reciprocates like that. He gets controlled, he can get defeated by that is his loving reciprocation with his devotees. And how is it possible? It is only possible when one have that loving relationship with Krishna, and that love can control Krishna, that love can bind Krishna, love can do anything. Krishna is ready to go to any extent. He can dance, so like that. So this is another feature of this Bhakti we have been reading and discussing. So only Krishna can be controlled only by Bhakti Yoga. Okay, so it's a wonderful opportunity, as we discussed, that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come to offer this pure love for Krishna, this pure devotion for Krishna, and we are all very very fortunate that we have this opportunity under the guidance of a pure devotee of Krishna like Srila Prabhupada, and then it is accessible. The formula is accessible. The process is accessible. That forum and that association is accessible and available where we can practice and we can also gradually develop this love for Krishna. So we should not miss this opportunity. This is a very very rare opportunity. Brahmanda Brahmide kaun hai bhagyavan jeev. It's only very few rare fortunate souls who has got this opportunity to understand this and to practice it and develop that love for Krishna. So we should take up this very very seriously and sincerely try to practice. There might be 100 reasons, 100 excuses for not doing it, but by hearing this we should feel inspired and become more and more serious and sincere in our practices by daily chanting the holy name of the Lord and reading and hearing about Krishna's glories like that. Okay, so these are some of the thoughts today. Thank you everyone. Really appreciate your participation. Hare Krishna. We'll read more tomorrow.
Thank you,
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna,
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna.